All right, what do you say, everybody? We are back with a new Sandbox adventure, and we are in 1.2 version of the game now. Update just happened about 3 days ago. As of right now, I don't see any reason to do anything different with the characters that I've done as far as picking skills and attributes. But we'll play through with like we normally do and see what happens. For all those that never been here before, welcome. My name's Killer Mike. I currently have about 8,000 hours in the game. And yeah, feel free to leave any questions in the comments for anything. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take Sandbox, the vanilla base portion of the game, PvE only, and I'm going to talk you through my mindset of how I basically go through the PvE version of the game. So to start, we start with the attributes and skills. Like I said, at the current moment, I don't feel any need to change anything that I was doing. So me personally, I take 1 dexterity and 5 strength. This is going to take away any issues we have with carrying gear in the beginning of the game, kind of thing. And that's because you kind of need your strength and stamina to go for gear and running from town to town and traders and all the other stuff until you get a vehicle going. So one of the reasons why we do this is currently in the game, the strength is one of the hardest attributes to level up, and it gives you a big benefit because of the carry capacity. It also gives you the ability to make your stamina last longer. Constitution is currently the hardest thing to level up in the game because every time you rest, you lose Constitution. Where all you have to do with strength is keep protein in your system and you won't lose strength. But every time you rest or stop moving or doing anything that basically prevents you from doing any kind of activity, you start losing Constitution. So we're going to leave Constitution here, but strength is more important than Constitution. We don't want to go lower in Constitution because you do become more prone to illnesses and infections. So you don't want to go any lower than this. If you go higher in Constitution or lower in Constitution, your HP does vary as well. So if I go to 1 Constitution, I'll have 80 HP to start. If I go to 5 Constitution, I'll have 120 HP to start. But you will gain this as long as you keep moving, cutting down trees and stuff like that, building your base. You'll gain Constitution. Dexterity is the easiest thing to level up. Literally all you have to do is pretty much starve yourself without letting all your protein run out of your system so you don't lose strength. So as long as you keep your energy intake low, you'll gain max dexterity all the time. But this will gain super quick. Now, I will say one thing. If you are not good at lockpicking in the game, or if you have not experienced lockpicking, I do recommend taking 4.5 strength and then 1.5 dexterity. That way you can have medium lockpicking or thievery to help you with lockpicking. But you won't get medium thievery until you hit 2 dexterity, which you'll hit in like let's say about 10 to 12 hours of gameplay. If you manage your diet right, you'll hit 2 dexterity pretty quickly. So, but I'm pretty decent at lockpicking, so I'm going to go 5 strength and 1 dexterity. The other things I'll do here is just all my basic stuff. I don't care about any of this, really. We're just going to make our normal character that we always do. You do you. Oops, hold up. Need our beard. Okay, so what we have here in the skills, because we took so much strength, we have a lot of options for utilizing the strength. The things I always take, because I don't want to grind any skills in the game, is brawling and melee. So I take as much brawling in as I can, and then melee after that. Rifle and handgun are pretty easy to level up, and archery, if things go our way, you can go up from no archery to medium archery in about 2 hours, depending on how much you're focusing on it. So these rifle and handgun are important, but they level up really easily. Archery levels up really easily, but brawling and melee do not level up easy at all. Then we take running, because this is going to give us the maximum amount of speed that we can run, while our strength helps with our stamina. You would think that endurance would help you with your stamina, but it doesn't. Only thing it does is give you a it gives you a slower usage rate of your food and water. It does give you a little bit of a recovery boost as well in your stamina, but this is going to gain really easily because you gain endurance on almost everything you do, where running, you literally have to be running or jogging to gain running. You can gain running by riding a bike as well, but it is harder to level up than endurance, so that's why we take that. Next, we take thievery. Thievery is the most tedious skill to level up in general, especially if you don't understand how to lockpick. This one is the rough skill of the game to level up. Everything else can be leveled up by grinding in a way, but like I said, once again, I do not want to do any grinding in leveling of any of these skills. I want to basically set my character up to where I play naturally. Everything will level up at a pretty decent rate, and it'll be okay. Now stealth is probably another important one in dexterity. If I wasn't going to take thievery, I would take stealth, because it's going to help us with mechs and in bunkers, NPCs and puppets as well. But as long as you're crouching and doing things, kind of stealthily, then you can avoid the need of stealth. It does get a little tricky with mechs sometimes, but you don't need it, and once you start playing with abandoned bunkers and taking your time, you'll level that up pretty easily. The rest of this stuff is really easy to level up. Aviation, motorcycling, and driving, you literally just have to drive a vehicle of that type and level it up. And demolition, you can make a practice bomb and level that up as well. It's super easy to level up demolition once you get the hang of it. That's not a problem at all. So always take thievery. If you don't take thievery, take some stealth. But I would strongly suggest take thievery every time. In intelligence, everything in here is going to level up naturally except for medical. Medical is the hardest thing to level up in this. And I have never went from no medical to advanced medical without a very, very, very long and in-depth grind. So I always take medical. It's going to help us get back into fights faster. We're going to use less resources to heal ourselves, and then, like I said, we're going to be in recovery and everything else quicker. So I want medical. I do not ever sacrifice medical. I do not ever sacrifice intelligence. That's me, my personal preference. If you're good at doing abandoned bunkers, then you could take low intelligence and just grind out memory modules, which I'll show you later in the episodes, and get to a higher intelligence so you can use it. But at the same time, even if you take lower intelligence, you still have to do grinding to let's say I take two intelligence. I'm only going to be able to take medium medical, so you're still going to have to grind from medium to advanced, and I'm not doing that. You can give it a go if you want. We'll talk about some things that will potentially help you level up medical, but I would not recommend grinding this away. This takes forever. The rest of these, I'll show you how to level up pretty easy. The awareness, we're going to level up doing almost everything. Every ounce of loot you find, you will gain a point in awareness. Sniping, you can do multiple different ways. I'll show you how to level it up quick with rifle at the same time. Camouflage, you just got to lay in grass or in a bush and you level up your camouflage, but it's kind of a 50-50 on whether or not you really need it or not. I've never found it super valuable, but there are instances where I have found it valuable. So it's a 50-50 for me. Survival, you'll level up just crafting certain things and building your base and stuff like that. Cooking, you'll level up easy, no problem at all. Engineering, I'll show you how to go through some methods of leveling up engineering and why. And then farming as well. Farming's super easy to level up as well. I'll show you guys that later. But all this stuff that we didn't take will level up pretty naturally and not have to worry about any kind of a grind to get any of it. So this is what we take: brawling, melee, running, thievery, and medical. Those are, in my opinion, the hardest skills to mess with. And I don't want to grind them out. I just want to play the game. I don't care about any of that. I just want to play. So those are what we're going to take, and let's see how we're going to go. We always seem to be an arson. Hopefully one day they change. Hopefully one day they change some of these to be a different kind of a prisoner or crime that we commit. But everybody starts out as an arson. If you do want to do the tutorial, I recommend doing it. It does give you some fame points if you're worried about fame points. Fame points will help you buy stuff at traders. Personally, I don't need the fame points. As we do quest and stuff like that, we'll gain all the fame points we need. I'm not the kind of person that uses money. I use money for fuel and some little bits and pieces here, but other than that, I find everything, so we're not going to do that. And then the player protection, if you want to do this, do this. This is going to basically give you the time to get the feel of the mechanics and spawn you in a place where you don't have to really be too overly critical of yourself and your mistakes until you get the familiar with everything. But I'm not going to do it. Let's see where we land. Okay, this is not a bad spot at all. This is not a bad spot at all. We have B3, B2 town right here. We got the castle right there. We've got the prison right there. There's a trader over there. There's a trader over there. So this is not a bad spot. We do have the airfield over there, which is going to be a little tricky, but we're going to head over towards the castle first. That way we can get some decent stuff. Now I do have the DLC. I do have the, I think it's the supporter pack, or I can't remember exactly what DLC it is, but I get the different color outfits. So if you don't have the DLC, then you'll get an orange outfit. But since I have the DLC, I can't remember exactly what it is, supporter pack, or I can't remember which one. The other thing I get is I get this backpack full of goodies. If I did not have the DLC, I would basically have an orange outfit without the backpack full of goodies. I am going to just leave this stuff here. I'm not going to need it. We're not going to use it. I am going to destroy my card. Actually, you will start out with a card. And since we're in Sandbox, I'm going to keep my card. I do recommend destroying your card if you spawn into a multiplayer server, because if somebody gets their hands on this, they can literally drain your entire bank account of every dollar you have. So always destroy this. I'm going to leave this bag here because I'm going to show you guys how to just go through it without all these extra little stuffs. But other than that, I would have all this gear, my card, and I would be orange instead of white, green, or brown. I would be orange. So we're going to leave that stuff there. The first thing I like to do is I like to try to get a couple pieces of scrap metal, because the one thing I want to do is make a improvised tomahawk. You don't have to. You can go ahead and make the small stone axe. This is probably the easiest thing to do, but I like to keep the improvised tomahawk for a melee weapon, and it's a lot better of a melee weapon than the stone axe. So all we need to do is grab some scrap. I'm going to grab this scrap and this scrap, which we can't hold anymore. Right there. And that should give us enough. I'm going to leave this little POI for now until I get everything that I want made. We'll come back here where there's probably going to be some bushes. There's a bush right here. So the first thing I want to do is craft a knife. click, click, or you can go into, I like to use this current craftable because I know most of the recipes, but you can go through and pick out the stuff you want to use. We're going to craft a knife. I'm going to keep an eye on things because I did get close to that POI. I may have spawned in some NPCs. All right, we got our knife. I'm going to cut down this bush. And then the only thing I'm going to do with this bush, which actually I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and cut another one. And that's going to give me enough to make a rope because I don't want to use all of my clothing just yet. All right, I'm going to cut this into small sticks. And then we're going to make one rope. And then we need some rags. So what I like to get rid of, some of this stuff is part of the DLC, is another DLC like this Willy Warmer. This is like Supporter Pack 1 or something, I can't remember. But for the most part, you'll have the rest of the stuff. I'm going to cut up my Willy Warmer. It's one thing I don't ever use. And then I'm going to cut up, you know what? If I was in the snow area, I wouldn't cut my hat up. But being that we're going to continue to go downhill, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my hat. I don't need it. We're not going to need warmer clothes. We're going to have the hoodie. If I need anything else, I'll probably cut up this shirt and then my socks. I keep my underwear just because I'm a content creator. It covers me up. And there's my improvised tomahawk. Now, from here, you can continue using your knife if you really want to, but it's going to disappear pretty quick. What I like to do after this, cut down a tree. And then from this tree, I grab this tree branch, this bundle of tree branches right here. We're going to get out of the rest of the stuff, and I'm going to cut this up. And what this is going to do, it's going to give us a bunch of sticks. Instead of cutting down a bunch of bushes, we're just going to cut down the tree and get all of our sticks that we need all at once. Okay, there's all the sticks we need now. So the other thing we're going to need is a improvised carrier bag, which we're going to need 3 more rags, which is where I'm going to cut up my shirt. I'm going to cut up anything that doesn't have inventory space, basically. That gave us 2. I need 3, so I'm going to cut up my socks. The gloves typically only give you rag strips, this right here. So this can help you make rope, but I'm going to keep that right now just because it's protecting my hands from what we're doing at the moment. And then we are going to go back and craft more rope. I'm actually going to craft 2 rope, because I need 1 for my backpack and 1 for my bow. Now, I will say, because we landed at B3 Castle, we really don't need to craft a bow, because we're going to definitely, more than likely, pick one up while we're in here. But I do want one anyway, just in case. It's going to protect you very well versus everything else. It keeps distance between puppets. It allows you to shoot from corners against NPCs. So I am the kind of person that likes to make a bow and prevent all the little things that could happen, because I don't want to get close to puppets. I don't want to mess with NPCs in the open, stuff like that. Okay, so now we have our backpack. The backpack is going to allow us to put arrows in our backpack. So we're just going to we're going to break all these long sticks into short sticks. Well, we don't need to break all of them, but most of them. Okay, that should give me enough arrows to do what I need to do. Now, I want you to notice that we are at 88% on our tomahawk. By the time we would have done all this, we would have made at least 2 other knives and maybe another stone axe. But this tomahawk is a beast. So this is one of the reasons why I always make this, because once I'm done crafting all this stuff, I still have plenty of tomahawk for you for close quarters melee type stuff. All right, so we're going to make arrows. I'm only going to make about 1 stack. I would suggest you make 2 stacks. I'm pretty decent at collecting my arrows back after I shoot them. But if you you should probably start with 2 stacks if you've never done anything in the game. Okay, that should give us 1 stack. I'll take the extra just in case for now. Don't need it, but I'll take it. So we have our improvised tomahawk. I'm gonna move our bow there. This is just personal preference for me. We have our improvised tomahawk, a bow, a backpack. We can get rid of this scrap. We probably won't need it any longer. I am going to keep my starter card only in Sandbox because I'm going to put money in ATMs as I find it and use the money for fuel if we find a vehicle. But if I'm in a multiplayer server, just get rid of this card. It's $100 to buy a black card, and you'll find $100 pretty easily. But I'm just going to save 1 trip by not going to the trader if I don't have to. That way we have a card. I've got arrows, we've got clothes, we've got a little bit of inventory space. I'll probably ditch some of these arrows once I find more stuff. We'll probably find a good bow. I guess one thing I didn't say is if you're going to make a bow, if you take the build that I suggested, 4.5 or 5 strength, then you can make a 35-pound bow and not worry about it. If you didn't take 5 strength, let's say you left it at 3 and you have no archery, just make the 20-pound bow. But because we have the strength, we can use the 35-pound bow. You can't, if you take a bunch of archery, you can use the 35-pound bow as well, but just in general, take the 20-pound if you're still not familiar with everything. As you gain more strength and stuff, you will be able to utilize the 35-pound pretty easy. But don't worry about it. All right. So let's see what we got up here. I already see 1 puppet walking around. And I am going to work on my archery as much as possible. I want to stay away from the melee because we don't need melee skill built. We need the archery skill built. And one of the other reasons why I took the brawling skill is it gives me a quick jab with my bow by hitting the middle mouse button. This is something I utilize a lot once puppets get way too close to me. Now we're going to try not to alert the puppets because I don't want them to spawn a horde. So as long as you get 1 puppet that sees you, you'll be okay. But as you get more than 1 puppet seeing you, they will start spawning hordes. You just walk up to them and pick up the arrows. Sometimes they hide them from you. You got to kind of search for them or search the body. Personally, I try not to search many bodies because I do play in PvP servers, and they don't always give me anything that I want. So now that I search this body will disappear, but the clothing that I searched out of it will stay here for a while. And that's going to be an indication that you're in the area if you're in a PvP server. So I personally don't like to search all the puppets. If you need to, you can. Let's go across the bridge here. Get across the moat. Now, I do know that that's a little bit of an issue. There's that jab. I do know that they are working on the encounter system for the puppets and the NPCs, so they may spawn in random places or super close to you or anything like that. You got to be careful. I am going to take this duct tape for now. Because duct tape stacks now, I'm going to find duct tape and utilize it. Once I get enough duct tape or it starts raining, I'm going to quickly make a raincoat so we don't stay wet. What we got over here? Sounds like there's NPCs fighting puppets. Or maybe 1 drowned. I think 1 drowned maybe. Trying to see what he was going to do, but I think a puppet may have, yeah, one puppet drowned there. That's what that noise was. Can get screwdrivers off these guys too. I don't really care about the screwdrivers. The battery though, that battery is a quest item. So if we decide to go to the trader early, this is a quest item, but we still need a cell phone, which we could also get off these puppets as well. I'm not going to get in the water because I don't want to get wet, but let's move on. We should have a well here. It is empty though. See if we can figure out where this puppet is. Sounds like she's over here. Okay, took care of her. Get our arrows back. You can use these bushes and stuff as cover. You can get inside of the bushes and the puppets won't see you. NPCs do have a harder time seeing you as well, but it's not that crucial in some cases. There's a metal sword. That's a pretty decent melee weapon. It's got better range than our tomahawk, but I prefer the tomahawk because it still does about the same damage, and we're going to utilize it a little bit more for crafting stuff. Here's a better bow. I'm going to take this. This is a 50-pound bow. I should have no problems pulling back this 50-pound bow and holding it with the strength that I have. So, and this is one of my preferred, but I like the takedown recurve, but this is one of my preferred. Let's keep searching. What we got there? There's a helmet. So that's going to take our hat off. We cut our hat up, never mind. So this helmet will give us a little protection from puppets hitting us. A little bit of NPCs shooting us as well. My next goal right now is to find thread or fishing line. Because with thread or fishing line, I can start crafting some of the other stuff that I need. Bigger backpacks, a jacket, bulletproof armor, stuff like that. That's those bulletproof armor is the big thing that I want at the moment. Because that's going to help us with NPCs with firearms. I am going to take some leggings. I always like to keep a pair of leggings on me. There is good use for them if it gets cold or if you start heading up towards C2 Trader. Christmas ornaments. I probably should start collecting Christmas ornaments because I want to get a tree up. I want to try to get a tree up today. So let's go ahead and ditch that. We don't need that arrow. Christmas is like 2 days away from when I'm recording this. And I think I'm going to try to get you guys, I'm guaranteeing you 1 video a week for Sandbox, but I think I'm going to try for 2. We'll see what happens though. There's another bow. That's another 50-pound, and we got some crossbow bolts. There's some water. We got to take the helmet off to drink. Go ahead and drink some of the water. I'm gonna get about 3 drinks here. I'm still got plenty of water in my system, so I'm gonna only accumulate. I got 600 milliliters of water in me now. That's way more than enough. Let's keep searching here, see what we got. We could climb up all this stuff. I do want to get down to a town to try to find our thread. I don't think we're gonna find thread here, but we will find. If they haven't changed it, we should find some bags, like waste bags. Potentially better arrows, good sword. If we find a good sword, we might take it just because it's a sellable item, good sellable item. Let's see, let's climb up one more time. Right there, sporn bag. It's a good bag. We got to get some thread so we can fix it, but we can use it. There's some metal arrows. They are slightly better than what I'm using, but I'm going to level up archery much quicker with wooden arrows, and I'm not going to really need these. If they were carbon arrows, or I shouldn't say carbon, if they were broadhead arrows, I would definitely take them. but I'm not going to mess with metal arrows. They're not that important. Let's jump down here. I'm going to search a little bit longer, and then we're going to go into a town, because I've got what I need right now out of this place. I got a better bow, got a sporn bag, plus I'm going to have to get somewhere where we're going to find food as well. There's another sporn bag. This one's 65%. It's better than one I got, so we'll take it. What else we got? Another improvised sword. We don't need it. We could start collecting our bolts or some scrap. There's a lock. We don't need locks in Sandbox, but I will take one. Could start collecting some scrap now that we got a little bit of inventory space. I might get one stack of scrap, but what I really want is bolts, because we need the bolts for our bulletproof vest. There's a box of bobby pins. I'll take those just in case we get a cargo drop anytime soon. We might find some screwdrivers on a puppet. That's going to start a second stack. We don't need that. Nails. We don't need nails. We need bolts. We need bolts for our bulletproof armor. Another metal sword. There's some crossbow bolts. Here's another helmet. This one's better than mine. I'm going to take it. Another helmet. A couple more bows. There's a 70-pound. We don't want a 70-pound. There's a couple more bows. Crossbow bolts. Okay. I think I will start a stack of good crossbow bolts, because if I get a good crossbow, I'm going to utilize it for rifle and sniping skill to level it up. But I only want the carbon. I only want the broadhead, the carbon bolts. There's a good metal sword. So what I think I'm going to do, I can craft this anytime. I'm going to take this, because if we find a sharpening stone, we can fix this and sell this for like $1,000, and that'll get us plenty of stuff for a spawn and fuel. Plenty of money. I'm not going to search too much longer here. There's some shoes. There's another metal sword and some carbon broadhead arrows. If this was a bigger stack, I would probably take it. Actually, I've got some space. I might just go ahead and take it. These are really good arrows. And then actually, since we got a second sword, I'm going to put my bow in my hand, push V to unnotch my arrow, and I'm going to put this other sword on my back, because if we find a sharpening stone, we're more than likely fixing it. I mean, that's technically at least $2,000 right there. Here's another puppet drowning. Let's climb up here and see what we get, and then we're probably going to head towards a town, because I don't need to loot this whole place. This place is basically going to give us bows, arrows, a little bit of clothing, swords, and that's pretty much it. There's really nothing special here. Once you get the basics of it, you really don't need much else, unless you're going to sit here and farm it for the swords, because I guarantee we'll find at least one more sword. Let's take that. I think we need 5. I think we need 5 ornaments for... I don't think it's going to tell us. I think we need 5 ornaments for our tree. Where is our tree? Right there. Yeah, it doesn't tell us. We'll figure it out. Alright, let's start heading to town. In the last Sandbox, we went down to B2 Town, and we actually based over here by this pond. I think what I'm going to do is start heading towards Goat Town and see what we got over there instead. So once I hit the outskirts of the castle, I'm going to cut to when I get to Goat Town. There's there's some carbon arrows. You want the broadhead arrows. As long as they say broadhead is what the ones you want. There's some more good carbon bolts. I'll have those. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you what, we'll pick up scrap anywhere. And these batteries, we'll get plenty of the batteries later. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these bolts up. At 5 strength, using a crossbow is not bad. But if you got low strength, crossbow is not the greatest thing in the world. See if we can get another, finish off our stack before we leave. I might actually throw these broadhead arrows down too. There's a 50-pound. There's a couple more bolts. That gives us almost 2 stacks. Nails. There's a chainsaw. That could be potentially big. I am going to leave it because I know where we can get a couple more. So, chainsaw is a quest item. If we're going to do any base building, we're definitely going to want it. But I know how to get another, so I'll show you that instead. We're going to head down to Goat Town in B3 main town, and then I'll get back with you guys unless something happens in between here and there. All right. Coming across this little building here. Let's see what we get. Usually there's wine barrels in here. This right here. This is a wine barrel. That says there's nothing in it. Check it. He says it's 0% full. There is a head torch. I definitely am going to take this. This is definitely going to come in handy for you guys when we start doing bunkers. I don't need it personally for doing bunkers, but since we're recording this, I will need it for that. See what we got here. There is a screwdriver. I'm going to toss this lock and take the screwdriver. We're in Sandbox, so I don't need the lock. The only way I would keep it anyway, if I was in a PvP server, is only way I would keep it is if I was in a PvP server. There's some weed repellent that could be useful if you don't weed your garden, which I will show you. We can eat these. We can eat these seeds for a quick little bit of energy. I want to keep my carbs up. Because we want to protect our protein. And I guess since I'm going on the run to Goat Town still, we'll talk about the, what I just see. Thought I just seen something there. We'll talk about the metabolism system here a little bit. So, in the metabolism system, you have a lot of things here. This all can look very confusing in the very beginning. So what I'll break down is the only things you need to worry about is your water and your food, your energy. From there, you want to make sure that you keep your protein up. The protein is going to be your main focus on everything regarding food. As long as you have protein, you will not lose your strength. The one thing you want to stay away from is having too much fat in your system. If you have too much fat in your system, you'll start messing with your dexterity. And as you can see right now, we're gaining 13,000, I want to say grams a day, or we're losing 13,000 grams a day of fat for our dexterity. And the higher that goes, the faster we gain dexterity, the faster we lose weight. And that's what we want. We want to gain dexterity as fast as possible. If you keep your energy below 50%, you'll pretty much keep this leveling up at its max pretty much all the time, as long as you don't have a bunch of fat in your system. Keep the protein in your system and you'll be good. Now, with that being said, having the protein goes pretty quick if you don't have carbs. The carbs will protect your protein. So you want to try to get something that has protein and carbs in it to eat, but has less fat than protein. You want to try to eat stuff that has less fat than it does protein. That way you're not accumulating a bunch of fat And these sugars, the sugars and saturated fat, they all count as well. The more you have of this stuff, the slower you gain dexterity. So we'll talk about it more once we start cooking and stuff, but that is the general base of it. The rest of this stuff is pretty just learn it as you go. You really don't need the rest of the stuff. Vitamins are vitamins. You want to try to keep this stuff up, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world as long as you have protein in here. And eating healthy meals will keep your exhaustion away, which is something you'll see here soon. I'm gonna go ahead and pee before I pee my pants. But keeping the exhaustion away by eating good cooked meals is something you're going to want to maintain, because if you get any kind of exhaustion, you start messing with your stamina and your running. I know that's a lot that I'm saying right now, but as long as you're focusing on energy, water, maintaining protein, and watching these, like if you start losing strength, if this turns red, you know you don't have any protein. If this turns red, you have too much fat in your system. As long as this is green, you're good. And this only turns green when you're moving. If you're standing still, like I said in the very beginning, you're losing dexterity, or not dexterity, constitution, if you're just sitting still. So you want to continue moving in order to not lose that. And the more weight you have on you, the more you gain dexterity or constitution. As far as weight, like gear items. All right, so this is Goat Town. Everybody calls it Goat Town that I know of because there is a goat statue here. I'm going to grab some of these bolts for armor. I want to keep an eye out for NPCs. There is a new puppet as well. There's a cell phone. I'm ditching battery for this cell phone. This is going to allow us to do quest. There is a new puppet that has a backpack you want to keep an eye for, because if he sees you, he's going to run away. But if you see him and kill him before he runs away, you're going to get a bunch of gear. Let's see. I think the goat there. There's the goat statue right there. That's why everybody calls it Goat Town that I know of. Oop, missed. I'm going to keep searching for screwdrivers. I want to search these guys for screwdrivers. There's some shotgun ammo. So actually, I may lose our duct tape right now for the shotgun ammo, because if I get 5 more bolts, I can get some scrap metal. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut him up now for his skin. That way I don't have to go hunting for it later, because I'm sure I'm going to get 4 puppets in this town. I need 4 puppets for our bulletproof armor. So I need this skin here. We're going to take it. I'm going to take it and we'll put it by this garage. Take this sword. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is a good find. This is a good find. This is completely working. Should be, at least. Smartphone battery is a good find too. There's an extra bolt. Okay, this is a really good find. So I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff in here. We're going to utilize the hell out of this. It does have fuel. It does have a battery in it. I'm going to put these in here as well. I can actually make a chest now. I'm going to put these in here for later. And I'm going to put these swords in here. I'm going to put 1 in there. So we have a working, this is a fully working vehicle. We're going to utilize this. This is one of the new vehicles too. So I'm going to play with it a bunch until it rains, and then we're going to not play with it anymore. We're going to put that smartphone battery. Actually, let's put the smartphone battery in my smartphone. There's our thread. So we've got bolts, we've got our thread now. We need 1 more bolt, which won't be hard to find. There it is. And now we need skins. So what I'm going to do is leave these bolts here with that. And I'm going to come over here and get a bone. Let me grab my duct tape back now too. I'll put the duct tape in the car. Duct tape something I'm going to definitely want. I'm going to go ahead and shut this so we protect ourselves from an NPC. And then I'm going to craft a bone needle. And then we're going to craft our sewing kit. Awesome. Put this down here. This fixes our sporn bag. And this gives us the ability to start crafting other stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and put my bank card in here as well. So we have, I may actually make another knife. Let's just go ahead and put this in here. I'm going to make something that's, actually we'll definitely find another knife here. Well, what else do we need? We'll keep this. We'll keep this. Keep that. Let's go ahead and grab this skin and make us a do we have to have a animal skin now? Did they actually change it? Ooh, I think they did. No, it's there. No, I need the knife. That's what I need. I put my knife away. There we go. Make a quiver. This is going to give us our extra space for arrows, or I like to use it for heavier items. Put it there. How's the rest of our items? Items are good. Let me put this sword back. We'll find a knife. Actually, I'll go ahead and pick up my bolts and put them in our sidecar as well. There we go. See if we can find a couple more puppets. But actually, before we do that, since we have shotgun ammo, let's go back here. We need to get a knife. We'll get a knife in here. Almost guaranteed. There's a lighter. There's a knife. Told you. There's a pear tree. Apple tree. Gives us some food. Let's go out here real quick. We'll make us a improvised rifle. Do we have enough to make rope? We do not. I need to cut down one of these small. Cut the long sticks into small. Make rope. I'm going to go out here and get some scrap metal once I grab these 2 logs and the rope. Logs, rope. Scrap metal. I will grab the bolt and nail. Let's see how much more I need. There, improvised rifle. Let me get behind this car, get some cover. Okay, so this improvised rifle, it does not matter what ammo we use for it as far as how the durability of it. So like we have, where is our rifle? Where's our shotgun slugs are 14%, which are realistically horrible. This is horrible for us to use. But because we just have an improvised rifle, the likelihood of anything jamming is very, 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 very low. And now we have a good distant weapon for NPCs with firearms, because I could take them on with a bow. That wouldn't be hard, but this rifle is going to be much better. The only thing now is we're going to spawn a horde if we start shooting this around these towns. So the next thing we want to do is work on some kind of a suppressor, which we can do with a water bottle, pop can, oil filter, or finding a better gun. Let's see what we find. There's another knife. There's another knife. These houses are great for knives. One thing I will say, on my sandbox, there's a backpack, that's great. On these sandboxes, I have noticed that the loot is a lot better on the sandboxes than it is on official servers. And the reason of that is because we found out that sandbox loot is ×2. So it's slightly better than official servers. So that's why you'll see me finding a lot of good stuff really quickly versus like some of the other servers I may play on. I'm going to continue leveling up my archery. Now, see, our arrows disappeared. They are inside of her. We can see one right there, so we can grab it. But looks like we're going to have to strip her to get our arrow back. And we got a screwdriver anyway, so that's good. Let me kill this one. We can get the basic archery, we'll be more than fine. I am going to have to start worrying about food. There's a goat. That's a hunting game, though. I don't want to mess with the hunting game. Let's go in here. In these, we're going to find tools. I think I will start working on an extra stack of bolts, but here is a complete box of nails. I'm going to pick those up for sure. There is a good cell phone. Let me change out my battery. We'll trade. Okay, so I don't have to worry about a cell phone anymore. I still need to go to a trader in order to completely activate the quest, but we are in a better position now. I'm going to switch these pants. These pants got a little extra space, and these sell for pretty good money. Okay. Earplugs, let's take those. That's going to help us for shooting inside of inside of buildings, because there is like a go death function if you have explosions or gunshots inside of buildings. Sunglasses. We'll take some more bolts. You know what I need to do? I've already deviated from our task, which I wonder if the puppets are still out here. Let's go check. We need 3 more skins. There's one. We can collect them. Let's see if the other one's despawned already. Looks like they did. I need to get our puppet skins to make our armor. So let's do that. Stay on task, Mike. Well, here's 2 right here. Some duct tape as well. No, actually we need 4 because we used 1 for our quiver. So we still need 4 puppets. Take the duct tape, take the skin. See if we can get another puppet here. And 1 more skin. Need 2 more. Just stay on the outskirts. There's another one. There's another 4. Okay, let's start with this one. We'll let her see us, get her closer to us. Back up. Punch. Shoot. That one may wander into view. Well, that one may wander into, she may wander into view while we're doing this. She did. Punch. Okay. Well, this is our 4 skins anyway, so we're good to go. She dropped glue. don't think we're going to make this one in time. All right, there is our 4 skins. And they didn't drop anything that we need. And we got our AIRO off of him. All right, let's head back to our little garage that we were set up in. We do need to grab a couple more pieces of scrap, which is not a problem. We still had vehicles over here to search. There's 2. I think we need 5. There's 4 and 5. Another puppet. All right. Let's see. What do we still need? We've got our skins. We have 2 bolts. Do we still have bolts in here? We got bolts here. Okay. Backpack's got too much stuff in it. Okay. Well, we got our bolts. We've got our knife. We've got our sewing kit. Let's make it. We should be good to go. There we go. Improvised armor. So we are now in a very, very, very good position. We have a helmet, which is going to help us. We got Feudal's helmet. We've got a decent backpack. We have armor. We've got a primary weapon and a silent weapon. So this is pretty much, we're pretty much in the phase of what do we want to do next. What I want to do is get a base started. With the knowledge that I have, I know that I can do a bunker if I really want to. I can do a normal bunker with just this setup. I might take in a little bit more arrows, a little bit more shotgun shells, but for the most part, if we go into a bunker with this setup, we should be able to get the better gear that we need. But we also have the police station that we can go into. We also have a vehicle, so we can get around the map, go wherever we want. I think what we're going to do is try to find some cash so we can get our fuel tank filled up. I do need food, so that is one other thing we're going to attempt to do, get some more food. This stuff stacks, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep this one until we stack another one. We've got 3 uses of screwdriver plus our bobby pins, so we can go into the police station and get better gear as well. Yeah, we're in a really good position at the moment. But there's our stomach, so let's get some food. Let's get some food, let's get some cash. Let's see if we can find some better stuff. I do need to put this in a hotkey. Keep working on our archery, which is something else we need to do before we go to a bunker. I would at least strongly suggest you do that. See if we can see our AIRO without stripping him. Doesn't look like it. I do want to get stuff to start a base, so we do need some clothing for rags. We should find some food in here. We need some clothing for rags. We could probably use a box of bolts, which I'm sure we'll find. There is a water bottle. That is big. It's a speaker. Okay, beer. So let's talk about beer real quick. I'm going to go in here and keep searching while we do it. Beer, you can drink this. If you're going to build a big base, I would definitely grab a bunch of these. And what's going to happen is, as you build the base, you are going to go through a lot of calories, a lot of carbs, a lot of protein and stuff like that. But if you are going to build a big base, just collect these and drink these as you build the base. And what that's going to do, you eat something for your protein, eat something for your carbs, and then put the alcohol in the system, because the alcohol in your system is going to basically protect your carbs, which protects your protein. And this is going to allow you to build your base longer. I personally am not going to do it because I don't want to mess with my dexterity gain. Same thing with this whiskey is another one. You could also make, we can also make disinfected rags with it, which we may actually do since we don't have any bandage packs at the moment. The rest of the stuff is pretty rough. 73%. My rule of thumb on food and stuff you cook with is if it's below 70%, don't worry about it. I know we're going to find better tea, so I'm just going to leave that. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here that we're going to be able to utilize. Like that right there. There's a yellow screwdriver. So we are squared away on screwdrivers for the moment. There's some oil. Do not use this in any of your cooking stuff. You do not need it in your recipes at all. This is going to overload your stuff with fat. Stay away from this oil. You can collect it for like tiki torches and stuff like that, but just stay away from it. It's not good. I have actually killed myself cooking with the oil. There's some salt. Once again, it's below 70%. We're not going to take it. That tea is 79%. That's a little better. Some more cooking oil and a Bushman. I'm going to switch. We're going to take this Bushman over this kitchen knife. This thing is a much better melee weapon. There's a lighter with all its uses. I'll take that. We're probably going to start a fire at some point here. Okay, so no food that was worth anything. We could eat the cream if we need to, but we're not dire need yet, kind of thing. Plus the cream's a lot of fat. Let's keep going. We'll find something. There should be 2 food shops in this place. Over that way. Actually, there's one right there. I would like to find at least one more use of thread, or one more strand of thread. There's a hat and shoes. We don't need those. What is that? Oh, those are stockings for the lady characters. Ooh, what is this? What kind of hat is that? I don't know about this. Oh man, look at us go. Let's leave that. Okay, good backpack. Let me put Feudal's helmet back on. Good backpack, which is, I think it is slightly bigger than the one we got. Yes, it is. Let's take that. Fix it. Sexy shorts is a quest item. I'll take one of those. You can wear them for some extra spots, but I'm going to try to keep my dignity intact here a little bit. Okay, we have a lot of screwdrivers right now. Cargo drop in Sandbox should be dropping with any time within the next few minutes. There's a better pair of pants. Let's take these instead. And actually, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and unbundle these all and turn them into lockpicks. And then the good thing about the new update is you don't have to bundle all this stuff anymore. You just put stuff where you want it, double click it, and it will automatically stack. That's a very good feature. Now we could take these pants and sell them. Like I said, they're worth a pretty decent amount of money, but personally, I don't care about money, so we're just gonna move on. There's a cleaver. Cleaver is a good melee weapon too, but since we have a Bushman, I'm gonna stick with my Bushman. We do have a good shirt already. Let's see what else we got. There's a casserole book. That's good. We will need some rope. I want to collect all the rope I can because I don't like making rope. So I do want to collect all the rope that we can. Rope, wire. There's a needle. The needle is a quest item. There's a exploring bag, which we already have. Another needle and some knives. We don't need any of that. There's a pair of shorts. Those are good if we were down in the desert. Didn't I just see a bunch of... Yeah, right here, garages. Here's somebody walking. Is that me? Paranoid myself. I probably should have started collecting the bolts since we're not finding a box yet. This is a quest item as well. We could use it for our vehicle, some extra ammo for our improvised rifle. 9mm. We'll start collecting that. I imagine we'll find a pistol. I am going to collect all the lead plate we find. Lead plate is not going to be skipped. That's going to be used for killing mechs later in the game. I do need to fix this. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. There we go. Bolts, auto stack. Nothing up here, correct? Some matches, we'll need that. More bolts. There's a set of jumper cables. So these jumper cables here, you can cut these in the wire and it'll give you 50 uses of wire. So there's more rope that we don't have to make. Fishing reel. We are going to take a fishing reel because of where we're going to base. Bolts, knife, matches. We don't need any of this. There's some vodka. We don't need any of that. We probably could use it for base building. Some more bolts. Another knife. More jumper cables. It's another. That's 100 uses of rope right there already that we don't have to craft, and we are going to use it here directly. There's another screwdriver. Put that down there. Lots of little safety pins laying around. I could collect them, but I'm sure we'll find more boxes here in a minute. All right, here's our pharmacy. We're gonna probably get some good bandages in here. The one thing I want is a pair of shears. Activated charcoal. If you're worried about money, take all of those you can find. Those are good money. We could use the scalpel, but here is the scissors I want. The scalpel will do the same thing, but it's an oddball shape. Some painkillers. We will take those as well. And actually, I will put those on a hotkey. Vitamins, take those. You could probably eat those as food. We can eat those right now. Drop this on the ground. That's going to keep our vitamins up, and it counts as food. As you see, we're gaining some carbs right now. Mask. Those masks are quest items. We could start collecting those. Needles is a quest item. There's money. Okay, here's our first little bit of money for our fuel. There's a waste bag. There's hospital pants. Those are quest 2. There's a firefighter's jacket. This is going to be really, really, really hot, but I'm going to take it for the space for the moment. And there's another pair of medical shears. These are also quest items too, so you won't use them till tier 3 quest, but you will use them. The mask is another story, and actually I am going to grab one needle since we got an oddball spot right here with our cash. Did we search the cash register? We did not. There was nothing in it anyway. Okay, let's finish searching here. Might get some bandages. There's another scalpel. Scalpel is a quest item as well. A lot of this stuff you could start picking up. If you want to build a box, you can start picking all this stuff up, put it in a box, and you know, once you go around, you can drive around to every trader. I'm gonna pick these up for kill boxes. You could drive around to every trader and do all the quests everywhere. You know, start picking this stuff up. That way you have a whole box of just quest items. That's what I'm going to do eventually. We did not get any bandages. It's okay. We'll cut up what we have. Our new jacket should not be dirty. Yeah, it's not dirty at all, so it'll be good. Okay. We got to watch for those puppets right there, because those are the ones that have backpacks on, and we don't want them running away from us. Let's go in here. There's another Christmas ornament. I believe we need 5. We have 3, I think. There's a guitar. That's a tier 3 quest item. Some clothing. Still looking for that thread. Okay. I'm taking these shorts. And we're going to keep these for bandages for the moment, because they are 44% dirty, which means they are just below where they would be unusable. I'm going to take these jeans as well. We might actually, there's a backpack and a baseball bat. It's pretty good. Let's go ahead and cut these up now. We're going to use our medical shears, and the medical shears is going to give us more rags out of this stuff than if I was to use my knife. So that's why I wanted a pair of medical shears. Okay, so there's 4. How much alcohol do we have? We got 8 total. Let's cut these up. Actually, fix this first. This is 90%. We want these 95% rags, and the only way we're going to get it is if you cut up stuff that is 100%. And then we could take all this, highlight it, and highlight that, and go to disinfect, 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 and we are gaining medical skill by making this. Not much. Actually, are we? Are we still? Let's see. Intelligence, medical skill. No, we are not. We are not getting any medical skill for crafting these. So this is why I say medical skill is pretty tedious. The only way you can do it is by healing yourself. I used to be able to craft burn gel. I don't know if you still can. All right, let's see how much these stack. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so only 3. I'm only going to take 6 of them. This is more than enough for me. We're only going to be using them for higher than tier 1 bleeds or C1 bleed. We'll take these 2 just in case. We'll see what happens. Can't have too many. But as of right now, we're only going to use them if we run into an NPC. So, but these are. I also want to see how long these stay disinfected as well. Let's go. Let's get some more archery points. Keep an eye out for NPCs. There's a puppet in there. Oh, missed. He's stuck. There we go. Grab our other arrow. We really don't. I need thread, but I don't want to. I don't want to stay in here too. I'm running out of food. There's a jacket. Which, ooh, there's my favorite shirt. Put our Bushman down here. Actually, I'm gonna take all these shirts because we need rags for. And I'm gonna take this jacket for our flag. Let's search this garage real quick. There's an apple tree we just passed as well. I do want this jack. This jack is going to come in handy later. Let's eat the vitamins. Throw these down here. We can get rid of our alcohol bottle. It's trash now. Paper, we don't need that. Jack. We need the jack. Eat the vitamins. Gives us some food. Our helmet back on. Wire. We're gonna use the wire. So there's a good pick. We're gonna try not to use that. We might actually run back to the vehicle before going to the police station. But I'm getting to the point where I need to go to a food store. Let me check this apple tree. We'll eat it. There we go. All right, so this right here, this building right here is a food store. You've got this little awning and a bunch of windows. These are food stores. Let's see what we got here. Glue is a quest item. So I think you need 5 of them for 1 quest though. Some duct tape, I'll take that. Knife. Another sporn bag. Good storage. We could actually use these for storage in our bike too, since we don't have a chest yet. I'm going to take the duct tape and the bobby pins. Not finding any food. There is a orange juice though. Give us some calories. Should have hunted that goat. That's what I should have done. I should have went ahead and got the early meat. Take some more bobby pins. Thought that was an NPC. That's why I love that jab. That jab has saved me so many times, because you would have never drew the bow back quick enough to do that. There's an M9 mag. We will take that. It's a good lighter. Another head torch. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Let's take it. We are full. We need to go back to the vehicle. More bolts. Rebar cutter is quest item also for a workbench. Being next to Goat Town though, we should be good. Should be plenty of them here. There's a box of nails. We already have a box of nails. I want a box of bolts. Brake oil is a quest item. All right, let's head back to the vehicle and then we'll go north up the road from where the vehicle is. It's another apple tree. Oh, it's a cherry tree. Cherries are good. Cherries are real good. Can't put it in my backpack. There's another food tree. Another food tree. And we're overheating, so we're gonna have to take something off. We'll put the leggings in the car, in the bike. I don't think these toolboxes were here a minute ago. Put the leggings in the car. This should take care of our heat. I'm gonna keep the stack of bolts. Take these bolts in here though. Put these up here. Cherries we're gonna eat. The gloves can go in here. Spare head torch can go in here. M9 mag can go in there. Bobby pins. We don't need all these bobby pins. That should do more than enough. Jacket we'll take. Rope we'll take. Put these duct tapes that are good in here now. Rope. We're still stacking rope. Put lead plate in here. This is sell item. Casserole we'll use. This is a quest item. This is for our Christmas tree. Ammo we could put in there. Fishing rod we'll put in there. Lighter we'll put in there for later. We're still stacking that. We're gonna drink that. Actually, let's throw the food up here. What else do we have? The vehicle jack can go in here. Yep, that should do it. Let's eat these. I gotta take the helmet off. Guess I need to set this on a hotkey. Okay, so since these are still stacking, we'll put those up there. I'm going to put this here for drinking a little bit. I am going to put some of these bandages away just to give us a little more space. 3 ought to be, let's take this. 5 ought to be plenty. Put our helmet back on with our hotkey. Knife is on a hotkey. And we need more thread. So our biggest thing we need right here, right now, is more thread. And I do want to take my card. Let me take this needle. Put this in here. Put my card on me. Because I'm going to put this money in the ATM so we can put fuel in the bike. Let's head down this way, see if we can find more thread. And then we'll hit the police station, see what we get out of there. Some more money, perfect. There's a shemagh. Let's keep you warm, we don't need it. Locks. Another guitar, quest item. Lock. Cigar, we don't need that. I've died smoking those. Let me open the door. They don't seem to be very smart here lately. Punch. AIRO. Lettuce, cutting board, knife. Do need to grab some more scrap. Another pair of shorts. We haven't seen any NPCs yet, which is somewhat good, somewhat bad. I would like to see more. Lead plate we're always taking. I'm going to grab some scrap. I'm going to grab 2 stacks. I'm going to grab one more because we got one in the bike. There we go, 2 stacks. That should be plenty for our base. Soap. Soap we'll probably use later. We could start collecting it. It is a quest item, but it's not top my priority. We've found like 5 bars since we've been here. There's another guitar. A lot of this stuff is all going to be the same. It's an undershirt we don't need. Okay. No thread yet. All these trees here are searchable too. More apples for us. It is getting midday, so I'm going to start getting hot soon. It's another ornament. A leather jacket. There is a tractor wheel. That would be good if we found a tractor. I would like to have a tractor or a rager right now so we can work on our base with them. And no boxes there. Rope, more rope, wire. Come on, thread, where you at? Cleaver. Cleaver's good. Cleaver's also very good for butchering animals. Get a lot more meat out of the animals you butcher with the cleaver. All right, let's go into the police station, see what happens here. Make sure that's not a loot puppet. I want to try to get one. Okay, I don't hear anything in here. Let's see if we can take something off for this heat. Let's throw this. Actually, since this is only only got one spot and it's giving us a lot of heat, let's just get rid of it. It's not worth anything to us. There's a lock. There's a 1911 mag at 50%. see what we get. Okay, 357. Some shotgun shells, buckshot. There's a good shotgun. Okay, so let's take this, unload it, throw it on the ground. We don't need it. We could use this as a sniper rifle or a hunting rifle. We could make a scope and stuff for it, but we will be just fine with this. These shotgun shells I'm going to actually get rid of now because they will bind up this shotgun, and we'll unpack these ones. So we've got some pretty decent shotgun shells here. They're not the greatest, but they will do a lot better than those. I'm going to probably switch them out for slugs though if I get a bunch of slug boxes, just so we can use the slugs as a rifle. There we go. 545 I'll take. I am going to take the 1911 mag temporarily. Some more 9mm. I did search that already. .38 ammo. I'm not fan of it. I'm going to leave it. I'm not a fan of the revolvers. There's some more 9mm. I'll take it. There's some good slugs. We'll take those. There is a good toolbox sitting there as well. Right there. Some 45 ammo. Some 5.56. Those are good. Some 350. That's 50 AE. 78%. It's good. Some 9x39. Those are good. I'm sure we'll be able to use it. There's some shorts. We could swap out. We do got 4 heat here, 4 heat here, so we are way hot. Though this is going to be less inventory space. It's the only bad part. I would definitely wear the shorts if we were down in the deserty area. There's another shotgun. I prefer this one because it holds more ammo, but the shotgun's decent as well. And I do want to collect every gun in the game. There is a D3, that is a kill box card for D3 bunker. We are not going to use that at the moment, but we will use it. I'm going to put this shotgun on our back. There is a HSF SF19. This is a really good handgun. Let's see if we can hold it. Yep, there's some 7.62, 60%, not the greatest. There is a second shotgun. We could actually break this down with the toolbox. Disassemble. And we can put our shotgun at 100%, so less likely to have any jam ups. We got the toolbox right there. Perfect. Put this back in our hand. We can take that if we need, but I'm definitely going to take the toolbox with us. There is a block. That's another fine weapon. Put it in here. Some more 357 ammo. We could load the revolver. That'll give us another protection from NPCs, but we have the shotgun, so we're good. We are going to come back for the toolbox and probably the weapon repair kit stuff. Weapon parts. Let's go upstairs and see what we get first. Probably going to have to drive over here and do it. Some more shotgun ammo. It's decent ammo. We'll take it. Let's see what we got in the lockers. Pants, hard hat, pants, hat. There's an M9. So the block and the M9 are both quest items. I don't know if we could put this PU scope on anything just yet, but let's take it. Can we take it? can now. Okay. Search, pick. There's another SF19. Let's take that. I need space. Let's eat some. Well, we can get rid of this. We can eat. Get rid of our gloves. Although I'll probably use them here in a minute. Eat that. We got plenty of water in us. We should probably. Let's ditch this. That, like that. Pick up our bow, put our helmet on, take that, and see what else we got here. We're pretty much done here. Locks, padlocks, we don't need those. We're not in PvP. Some more 9mm, some more shotgun shells. There's another backpack. Ours is just fine. 9mm. There's a multi-tool. This multi-tool will be very, very, very useful. Let's put the key card up in the backpack. Move this down. Pick up the multi-tool. Multi-tool will be useful. Anything good up here? There's a water bottle. Another backpack. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I need to find the ATM, which I believe is at the store over there. So let's go that way. I'm going to come back for the toolbox and the weapon parts with the bike. I need to go to the ATM first. Because once we start this bike, I want to go to the gas station as fast as possible. Could make a chest real quick too. I think the chest will fit in the bike. ATM right here. We're going to access our card, deposit, and we have, how much money do we have? We got $209, so 209. The bank is going to take 5% of this. So we got $198 for fuel. Let's see what we got in here real quick. Maybe we find some extra food. Some 22 ammo. Could use that. Bobby pins. Some more 22 ammo. It's pretty good stack too. Cooking pot. I would like to have that. We'll get one later. Shoot up. Butter knife. Cleaver. Butter knife. Okay. Let's get our arrow. Collect our arrow. If I'm not mistaken, there was a... I gotta triple carry it though. There's a fuel canister there. I gotta triple carry it to use it. Let's just go to the bike. Hopefully we still have enough space in the bike to do what we need to do here. Hopefully we can start it. Okay. Bike. Ooh, bike is full. All right. Well, if that's the case, can we do this? Put this stuff in here. We'll use that for later. Put that there. Put that there. Put the shotgun here. And that is exactly what I wanted to do. So now we can put our bow back. Okay. Please start. Oh, right up, start. Let's go to the gas station. All right, I just want to creep up to this. There's an NPC spawned in right there. Okay. So we got to deal with him. Looks like a pretty basic NPC. So let's see if let's see how close we can get to him. Oh, there's another one. That one has a crossbow, looks like, and he sees us. So we're gonna need to get some cover. Missed him. Ooh, these arrows are not accurate when you halfway draw the bow. Must have changed the accuracy of the arrows. You used to be able to draw the bow pretty good, or not enough, and then still hit. Okay, there's an extra arrow, a couple extra arrows, and he does have a crossbow, which we could use, but we can make our own crossbow as well. All right, I still want to try to sneak up on this guy. See if we can actually sneak up on him. What is he doing? He's going crazy over here. Oh, I hear another one.
What's that?
I got to lead you away
Another
from the
crossbow. So we're gonna peek her. Ooh, let's get behind. I don't want shot by her. Where'd she go? She's clueless. Even though I got armor, they seem to be doing some one-shot kills, so I don't want to deal with these guys too much. There's a bike. That's a good find. That's a good find. We will definitely come back for that once we get a base going. One other thing I got going on is we do have the cargo drop inbound, so I need to probably go and get the bike, put fuel in it, and get heading towards where we're going to base so I can build a box, being that we are completely full. We got more money for fuel. One thing I was looking for in here, though, was a backpack. Good pick. I want that, but I don't have the room. Okay, let's get the bike, fill it up. Well, there's not much in here. See these little green lines, the little green dots. The higher they are, the more fuel the gas station has. There's not a lot here. I wonder if I need to see if I haven't tested to see if a chest will fit inside this yet or not. I think it will. I think it will. Let's see. We have. Let's just test it real quick. So we don't have to go all the way to the base location, then back to the drop. Here, we got scrap metal. Need one more. There's a car there. I need nails, which is right here. Actually, here's the last scrap metal. Unpack all. Nails. Lead plate. Toolbox. Done. Okay, let's see if it still fit in here. I think it might. Maybe. Let's see. Ooh, I don't think it will. I think we need the medium storage. Nope, won't fit in here. Okay, well, if that's the case, here's what we're going to do. We are going to, since this is Sandbox, I'm going to leave all this stuff here. I'm going to put the stuff we don't need in here. I need the bandages, don't need the 9mm. Don't need the drink. We need the painkillers, need the shotgun. I do need to fix this, and I do need to go back and get that toolbox and that. I forgot to get the toolbox and the weapon repair kit, which I am going to need now because I utilized the toolbox here. Okay. Let's cargo drop should be coming down any moment now. Should be over there. Let's go back to the police station. We'll leave our box here. Nothing's going to happen to it. We got like 14 days until it'll despawn. We'll go back to the police station, grab our stuff, and then we'll head to the cargo drop. Gun parts and toolbox acquired. Shut that. Throw this in here. I'm going to go to the cargo drop now. Actually, I probably should put the money in the bank. That would be all right. We left the money in the box. We're gonna go to the cargo drop. So it's like that way. We had to come back through town anyway to go that way. I don't want to go off road with this thing. I don't think it does very well. Alright, she is coming down, and we're going through this town real quick. Hopefully we don't get shot off our bike by an NPC. Ooh, that's not good. Drop ship. That's not good. I might be able to lure him to a building. I don't think I have enough shotgun shells to get rid of him though. I could try to sneak up to the drop. That's going to be tough. There's not a lot of bush. Let's see how close I can get without him seeing me. If we got a good group of bushes, we can definitely sneak up to it, but he's probably going to see us. I need to find a bush. Okay, there's a bush there. I'm gonna take all the painkillers I have in case he shoots me. I should have fixed my armor with that toolbox. If he puts his back to me again, I'm going to try to find another bush and run to it. Can't see him. I don't have any good ideas at the moment. We need a... I don't see a good bush to run to. There's not a lot of cover either, so we need to wait for him to get into a good position to where he's not going to be able to see us, and then make a run for it. At least run to another bush. Wow, one shot. One shot. With armor. Okay, so that didn't go very good. The question is now is, are we going to get anywhere close to our stuff? Okay, so the drop is over there. We're about almost a full sector away, which means we'll get there about the same time it'll disappear. We probably will get back to our body. We got super unlucky there. We got really, really, really unlucky there. His like first shot, he just nailed us. And even with armor, it didn't help us. Let me drop my bag. We're not using it. All right, so I'm really close to the drop right now. There's no point in me going for the drop at the minute. What I need to do is try to get back to my body. The problem we're going to have is there's absolutely no way we're going to be able to search our stuff with him at the drop. The drop ship at the drop. There's no way we're going to be able to get our body. So the next problem we have is that if we are this far away, I'm pretty sure our body is going to disappear before the drop is done. And that's if it's still there. I should say, if it's still there after the drop is done, the drop itself may destroy our body. So we're kind of in reset mode, but I still need to get my bike too, and I'm on the opposite side of where the bike is as well. We're not in a good position. We did make it back. I'm sure we made it back in time for our body if it's still there. But I think we still have like another 15 minutes until the drop disappears, which means the body may disappear. And the only way I'm going to get back there is going bush to bush, and there's just not enough bushes. Now, I could I could get, if I could sneak up to the drop going bush to bush, it is possible for me to get in the drop and wait for the drop to be about done, because he does leave when the drop gets to like 30 seconds or something, and then I can run out of the cargo drop. But the question is how do we get close to the drop without him killing us again? Because I don't think there's enough bushes. I mean, the drop is right there, which I'm out of the blast range right now. I'm not sure if my body is. I want to get as close as I can. I want to get as close as I can to make sure my body doesn't despawn, because if I'm in the area, the timer restarts. Let's see. Is that a bush I can use? Let's try it. Oh, this is going to be really, really, really tough. I think he may see me. Maybe not. Let me try another bush. It's gonna be risky. Yeah, we're dead. There's no way we survive that. Okay. Lessons learned. He is super accurate compared to what he used to be. So they have definitely dialed in his aim. He used to not be that accurate. You used to be able to get away with running around. You might get shot once or twice, but he's really accurate now. If I take this random spawn and we don't get anywhere near our body, we pretty much lost. We pretty much lost our body. Everything that we've worked for so far. Which, we're not far. We're not far, but we're not close either. And our body's probably more than likely gone by now. Let me ditch my stuff here. I'm not using this. So I want to leave this. I'm definitely leaving. I'm definitely leaving this in the video, because I want you guys to see how tough it is to get with those drop ships. He definitely has his aim dialed in a little better than it ever has been. I will say that. That was pretty rough. But typically you could dip and dive through bushes and get up to those drops, but I think the only way you're going to be able to get rid of him now is if you have a full auto, like an AK with a 75 round mag. And it used to take about 30 rounds to get rid of him, 30 to 40 rounds to get rid of him. He's used to be about a mag to make him just leave. So if you got up there and you had a full auto, you could just shoot him and he would go away. But that's not going to happen with a shotgun or a pistol. I have tried the pistol. The pistol does not work very well. But if you had an automatic rifle, I would say you probably definitely could get rid of him. But clearly you can't go from bush to bush anymore. They have definitely dialed in his aim and made them a lot tougher. So that sets us back. I don't think we're going to get near as far as I wanted to today now, because I have to reacquire some of the stuff. Although most of our building stuff is in the chest, so I could go back to the chest after we get the bike and get most of the stuff that we need for a flag, and potentially even put down somewhat of a base. I mean, all of our ornaments are stuff in there. But let me get back over here and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we made it back to the bike. Let's go up the hill here a little bit and see if we get lucky with our body still being here. I really doubt it. I really, 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 really doubt it, but we'll see. I believe this is the bush we were in. I think it is. I think it is. Oh, look at this. We got super lucky. We got super lucky. All of our stuff is here except for our gun. I don't see our gun or our bow. I may need to go a little higher though. Maybe my body rolled down the hill. And it is raining, so we're going to have to deal with that as well. I imagine if our stuff is here, our gun and our bow should be here as well. Although I'm not seeing it. I want to say that we were like right here. Okay, well, it's not make or break. We got the majority of everything here, and the dropship shot us in the head. That's why we died so quick. It shot us right in the freaking head. Our helmet is destroyed. Let's go down here and get our bike. We recovered over 90% of our stuff. The shotgun and the bow is not that crucial. I can live without that. This here, finding this stuff saves us a bunch of time. Let's go down here and see what we can come up with as far as some tools. I probably should make another bow real quick. I need to get dried off as well. I need to make a raincoat, which isn't too big a deal, except for I left the duct tape in the car. That's fine. Let's make another bow really quick. Okay, let's go inside here real quick. Look at this. A spaceship? Spaceship or a missile? It's like a little toy spaceship, like you see at a front of a convenience store. Got him. Can I make... I don't think I can make a fire in here. Some duct tape. Let's take that. I really should make a fire in order to dry off a little bit before I get sick. Might be able to make one like right outside this door. I don't think I can make one in the house. Yeah, I can actually make one. I could make one in the house. Let's be a little more realistic. Find a garage, maybe. Put it right outside the garage. I'm also wandering around looking for a bigger vehicle so we can pick up our chest. There's a garage. What do we got here? We need a battery. Need 2 wheels. Need a seat. Yeah, we're pretty hopeful on that one. All right, let's shut this. I'm gonna make the fire. I need a couple more sticks. I'm gonna put these on the ground here. And light. Okay, so I definitely want to dry off because I will get sick and it will hinder me from doing other stuff. Typically I would kind of ignore it, but since I'm a fresh character, it's going to hinder me a pretty decent amount. If I had a more built up character, we'd be okay. But we should be able to dry off pretty quickly with this. Oh, burning ourselves there, we got too close. So I'm going to dry off. Hopefully the rain will stop once we're done. Then we're going to figure out what's in this town. Then we're going to come up with a way to get over here. Well, I want a base over here by this pond and lake. It's more like a little lake, tiny lake. I want a base by this little lake. Hopefully we can get like a little 1x1 down tonight. Let's see what time it is. Ooh, it's getting close. It's getting close. We might have to call this our base for the night. We'll see what happens. I'm going to dry off, see if the rain stops, and we'll go from there. So my rest of my clothes have dried off pretty quickly. My backpack, my quiver, my head torch is dry now. My armor, it's not drying very fast, so I actually took it off to put it by the fire. So it's drying off a lot quicker like that. But the rest of my stuff is, for the most part, dry. This stuff will be dry here in just another second. Still raining out. We still got a couple hours. We got like 30 or we got about an hour IRL time to see what we can do. I'll keep drying off and then we'll see what happens here, guys. Alright, my quiver and my armor's still wet, but that's alright. The rain is still going. It's not as bad though. I'm gonna go from house to house and do a little searching. We still need some thread. I need to find, I can craft a tomahawk to be honest, but I would like to find a couple base building items, which actually these are things we're going to use for base building. I do need another ornament. There's our thread. I'll take some bobby pins. The rain's letting up now, so we're good. The rain is letting up now. The sun is coming out. Well, at least we know where a Leica is. I do want to collect one of every vehicle. So we know where a Leica is now. There's a puppet over there. We do need some food. Keep leveling up our archery. Could drink the beer. I don't want to stop my... Eat the onion. I don't want to stop my dexterity gain. Good shirt. Do we need another shirt? No. We'll take an air pump, though. In case we find a boat at some point. Be the first thing I drop at the moment, though, because I don't need it. It's a want, not a need. Okay, let's go check the store for some food. Take a look, see if I see any of them. There's a puppet there. It's a normal puppet. Looking for the loot puppet. Let's check this garage. Another cell phone. We're good on that. Oh yeah, Uncle Pong's rice. That is perfect. That's what I want. Ooh, look at all these bobby pins. Holy crap. We'll take it. Don't know why he was upset, but he was. Some moolah. Shall have that. Of course, he stole my arrow. Can't see it either by the way it looks. Pirate's hat. I don't think there's much of anything I want here at the moment. Another normal puppet. Let's see if we can find some tools in here. It's a tractor seat. Nails, bolts. We're good on that. We got some grapes. We don't need the grapes. Some more trees. We can get some food off of it. All right, we're going to take all these apples. We got Uncle Pong's rice now. What else do we need here? We really don't need anything else here at the moment. What we need to do is head back to our chest and start getting the stuff we need to lay down our foundation, our base, get everything going there. Try to get our tree up, because I think what I'm going to try to do is record for Christmas. Ooh, yeah. This is the archery level up puppet. Just keep shooting him in his vest. And let's grab some scrap while we're here. Can never have too much scrap in this game. Never. Okay, I'm going to drive back to the gas station, which is right here, and then we're going to get a couple things to come down here and make a flag and put down a base. Put some kind of a base down, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, let's put... bread can go in here for now. Food can go in here. I'm not going to grab a lot of stuff out of this. I'm going to keep these rags. Stuff for rags. The scrap can go. The air pump can go in here temporarily. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we need. We need rope. We need our ornaments. Rope. I do want this. I'm going to have to put it in the bike directly. I need the bolts. I need the toolbox. Rope. Drink. I need to make another box. So lead plate and nails, wherever they went. Did I grab them already? No, right there. Duct tape can stay. The only thing I need left out of here, I should probably grab another gun just in case we get into NPC issues. I still can break down this. I need a mag though, so it doesn't matter. Let's grab these clothes. Throw them in the bike. We're just gonna leave the rest of this here for now. I'm gonna move it. Put it right here. We'll come back. Sandbox, so we can do anything. If I was in a PvP or a PvE server, I'd just bury it out in the woods or something somewhere. But we'll be alright. Okay, so this is where our base is going to be. This is C3 at the main pond, right below the training grounds. I do know that there is a cave inside that rock, and what I would like to do is build a bridge over to there and build a cabin over there, and then use that stuff over there. Use that little island. The question I have is how close can I, if I can build here for one, let's see. We can. And we could build the bridge. We can definitely build the bridge. And then have trees. Looks like we got plenty of trees and stuff over there. So we can build a bridge. And then we'll move the flag and work on everything over there. So I think that's what I'll do. The problem I'm going to have is I don't have a good vehicle to transport anything. So everything is going to take time. I won't need a lot. Let's put what we have in here. Did I just use my bandages? I did. Did it use my bandages? I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. I wish it would not use your bandages, like especially since they were good disinfected bandages. We have all this clothes it could have used. Here's a tool. I don't need the toolbox. What do I need? I need more scrap, rags, which we got plenty of rags in here. This is going to be for me though. I'm going to keep that. This is a quest item. We'll keep that. Let's just throw all this stuff in here for the moment. This should be enough for our rags. Especially since we have our medical shears, scissors. There's that. We'll turn our area back on. And let's see. What do we got to do here? This looks like a good starting point. Let's see what we got. We need 2 logs. So I imagine we're going to need at least, we'll call it 15 logs to get across maybe. Let me see what I can round up. I gotta make another tomahawk so I can utilize it because we didn't grab a chainsaw yet. So let me do that and I'll get some logs and I'll be right back, guys. Alright, we need to grab more scrap, so I'm going to run up here to the boot camp and see if there's a vehicle up here. Grab another piece of scrap. Maybe take a look and see what we can get in here too. Told you can't have enough scrap. Oh, look at this. I hope these aren't high tier NPCs.
How long can I go on like this?
It's not. basic NPCs. She looked like she had a gun though. Yeah, just a crossbow. What else we got in here? I'm not even gonna search her. I need a vehicle. Do we have a vehicle? Doesn't look like it. There's some good arrows, shotgun shells. That's pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff there. I don't have any room for anything. Ammo. K6 helmet. That's good. I'm sure we'll come back and get more of this stuff at any point in time. There's a holster. I will take that. Combat knife is good. I may have to run all the way back to town to get a piece of scrap. I just need one. I need one for a tomahawk. Oh no. NPC with a gun. Come over here there, buddy. Oh, I missed. Missed again. Did not miss that time, though. I was just trying to eat, man. Let's pick up the money. I could use that improvised handgun, but let me just grab my metal and go. We just need a couple pieces of metal. Oh, oil filter suppressor. I will take that too. Okay. All right, we got our metal. Let's go back. I'm going to grab that K6 helmet because our feudal helmet is trash, and I'm not going to use a toolbox to fix it. It says I left it right here, 14%, so it's trash. All right, we'll make our, I'm going to make my tomahawk. I'm going to cut down some trees. I'm going to try to get across the, I got a little bit of sunlight left. I'm going to try to get across the pond before the sun goes down, but it may be tricky. I need to put some of this stuff in the bike so I can get it off of me. All right, I'm going to make a chest. I don't have enough for another metal chest. I do have the bolts. And then I can get the planks out of some of our logs here. And I can also get we need a hammer as well. I can get the hammer out of one of these logs as well, just make a club. But I'm gonna make a chest so that I can put in the, well, I can't put it in the car. I can drag around and put logs in it. There's that, and we will make a club out of this. There we go. So now I can drag this around and put logs in it. I can double click it. Actually, no, they fixed it. Can't double click the box anymore. You have to drag it. They removed that feature. Okay, well, that's all right. We can still drag it. Okay, so we need a cutting tool, which is why I got those, and I did put my Bushman away so I don't use it. So we'll use our tomahawk. We'll end up using these knives. I'm going to try to put the knife in my hand so that I don't use the tomahawk. And then we have lots and lots of wire that we can cut up for rope. And then we have our logs. So there's that. And then we need sticks, which we get out of these branches. There we go. And we will just drag all this along as we go. And I think you can stack, can you stack these sticks now? You can kind of stack the sticks. That one's stacked, but the rest of these aren't stacking, probably because of the weight. That's okay. You can stack them like this. And then throw them in the box. Like that. And we'll just continue building across and see how we get here. See how we get along. I forgot to put my knife in my hand. Log. Done. Place. Drag our chest. Log. Couple sticks. And I think we need more logs now. Let me stack these up here. Actually, I'll probably cut these down. It's kind of a bummer that you can't stack 5. You used to be able to stack 5 sticks on these longer sticks and the short sticks, but you can't do that anymore. So it's a little bummer about that. Let me go get some more logs. This right here is why I want some kind of a vehicle to drive logs around, like, because I have to basically drag this chest around at the moment, and then I can only drag it to the edge of my boundary here, because once I get to the edge of the boundary, if I overload this chest, I can't pick the chest up outside of my boundary. So I have to cut down the tree and then drag all the logs over to my chest, and then I can drag the chest back to where I was building. So it's kind of it's good to get a good vehicle in the very beginning. But I want to get a base down before the end of this video so that I can make sure we can record on Christmas, get our Christmas presents. All right, we got another box of logs here. I do need to cut these others. I got a couple branches, actually. We don't need to cut them up. I do need to get across the bridge, though, because we are running out of time. Hopefully we got enough logs to make it across the bridge so I can use all the trees over here. I am going to have to move the flag, though, so I'm going to have to get more... scrap metal. I think we have enough nails, maybe. Oh man, we're gonna be one. I can jump across though. Of course, then again, we might get over here and might not be able to build over here because of the cave. run out of logs? Oh man. It's not the best bridge in the world with all these bushes here. I might have to rethink this. I still wonder if we'll even be able to build a house over here because build a flag over here because of the cave. Because technically I'm not in the cave area at the moment. So we may have to go ahead and flip on build anywhere in the settings. Maybe the first time I change anything in vanilla Sandbox. But at least we'll be able to figure out how to do it together. Alright. Let's do that. And 2 more logs. That should get us for now. We have no logs in here, but we can put this stuff in. Oh, at least the auto stacks when you put it in the box. That's good. Let's put that in there for now. I need to see. I'm going to have to tear that down and see if we can build a flag over there, but I'm going to need more scrap. I got 4 pieces. Let's go ahead and destroy this and see how much I need. See if we can actually build over there. Oh, we can. Okay, so we can build over here. I want to make sure that my base is in, my bridge is inside the base. So we'll put it right. Let's put it right here. That should cover us up pretty good. Does it get the whole island? Doesn't get the whole island. It's just barely out, but I can't go back this way any further, so that's okay. Then we'll probably build a little hut right here. But we got to build the flag first, which we need 10 scrap, more rags. I got the nails and a toolbox over here. I should have rags laying over here still too. There's one. I can cut this rag up. Toolbox. Ooh, we might not have a, yeah, we got enough toolbox. We're good. Got the nails. Let's go get the scrap real quick. And actually, we will also. I got an extra stick. I got a stick on me that I don't really need to be carrying. We'll actually go up and try to get us a Douglas fern real quick as well. So I've never really had any luck finding Douglas ferns in any area other than the snow area. Here's one right here. Also, that thing sucks going up hills and on dirt roads. It does not drive good at all. I should have enough wire to wrap this thing up. Let's see. So I was informed that we can stick this on our back, which I don't quite understand why we can stick it on our back. I wonder if we can stick it in a vehicle now, but I don't have room, so. All right, we got our Douglas fern. I'm gonna head back into town and then try to find some more scrap, and then we're gonna head back to base and try to finish setting up our area. NPC tried to kill me. Let me see if we can get some scrap real quick. There's 6. There's good. There's a battery. Well, I know I need 10 total, but I wonder if I got enough with 6. Gotta watch out for that NPC with the gun. There's 8. Let me grab 2 more maybe. Okay, good enough. I need some water, which I should have right here. I need to take my helmet off. I really hate taking this helmet off, that it has a visor. Well, the good part is we got the tree, we got the scrap. Throw this on the ground. We don't need it anymore. We're gonna head down the hill, get back to base. Hopefully we can set up a small cabin for the night. Yeah, I really don't like this sidecar bike. Okay, let me cut these bushes down here, get them out my way. And there's that. And we have cut these, which I should be using my scissors, but I'm not. It gave me one. Make sure we use our scissors this time. Let's cut this up as well. And a toolbox. There we go. All right, now that we finally got our flag down, let's see what we're going to do here. I think we shall build kind of like right here. We'll make the front of the cabin out front there. So we'll do in between this tree. How about like that? Then we can cut this tree down. Need more rope, which we have in our bike. Right here. Cutting the wires. Am I missing one? Looks like I'm missing one. There's basic awareness. Like I said, we'll level up awareness really quickly. I don't think we need to go more than 3. So we'll cut this tree down here. I got hand abrasions. I need to get some gloves. But let's do... Need a couple sticks. There's that. And then we need a pair of stairs. Oh, where's my stairs that I want? Right here. Right there. Like that. We'll cut this tree. could, you know, what I should be doing is just building in the cave. But I do want a cabin, so. And some sticks. Now we got some stairs. I think what we'll do, I think we'll put our tree. I need to probably build some walls first. Let's do that. Nope, not that. Let's do that, that, and that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put our tree. I need to get it off my back. Put our tree right here. Oh, we'll only need one ornament. Okay. Well, we at least got our tree up. Let's get some more logs here. I think I need 3 logs per wall. Or do we? That one went up like right now. 1 log. Okay. Maybe they changed it. I thought it was 3 logs per wall. Maybe it's on the upgrade. Yeah, it's on the upgrade that I'm thinking about. That's where the problem is. Should have some sticks here without an issue. Grab more. There's that. 1 more stick. There's that. Actually, you know, I kind of want to go back some more. I think I want to do like I did on the last base. It's not going to work that way. I have to go forward. I already cut trees out there, though. It's getting dark, too. Well, we got our tree up. I think what we'll do is we'll let these trees grow back and then finish building when we come back and record on Christmas, because I'm going to record on Christmas so we can get our Christmas present and do that. We got plenty of stuff here now. I got that. We got a bridge. I need to put a little ramp here or another. Can we put, nope. How about the ramp? Ramp. Ooh. The ramp don't want to be there. Nothing touching the ground. It thinks it's under the ground. Okay. Well, nothing's really going to plan here on this one today. We got our Christmas tree up. That was one of our main goals. Really, that dropship set us back. I thought I was going to be able to get away with messing with it and getting into the drop like I normally do, but clearly they have updated, or I shouldn't say updated. They have upgraded their weapon system to be a lot more accurate. So they used to be able, you used to be able to kind of zig and zag and maybe not get hit, but now he's deadly accurate. So don't mess with the drop ships anymore. Hide in a bush until it's gone. Don't go to the drops if you don't have an automatic. Because if we had an automatic, we could have definitely got rid of him. But you have to have an automatic with lots of ammo and ready to go, because if you don't get rid of him while you're sitting in a bush, he will shoot you while you're in the bush. So that's a bad deal. Really, that slowed us down. We didn't get the best vehicle in the world to start. This would have been done a lot quicker if we would have had like a Rager or a Leica or anything like that where we could carry logs. We could have definitely done this a little easier. Plus, we would have collected more scrap and done other things. But you know that's scum. You have to kind of play by the punches and just continue on your path. You know, on the path to go. This is definitely one of the slower progression sandboxes that I've done. Typically, we are pretty set up. Even in, I mean, even the first sandbox I did, we were pretty set up in the very beginning. This one took a little bit of doing. We did lose our guns and our good bow, but we got most of our clothing back, which was great. That was a big score. Obviously, we had to run from I think we were right here in B2 all the way back up to C3 where the drop was right here. That was almost a sector, and we still got there in time with our clothes being there. But I think our clothes end up being there either because we spawned again because we died, so it all fell on the ground and reset the timer, or when we were close enough to the drop, it reset the timer on the body and stuff. So there was that. You do have like a 20-minute timer on the body when it doesn't despawn. So we got super lucky there. We took the loss of the shotgun and a bow, but hey, we got screwdrivers back. We've got the clothes back. I mean, I'm not complaining about the stuff that we got back just from making it back up there. Our bike, that sidecar, man, I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't go fast enough on the road, and it doesn't handle very good at all. It doesn't go up dirt. It doesn't go up dirt roads very well. It doesn't go up the dirt and the mud, the off roading at all. Like you'll get into a slight incline and it'll just stop. That's not a it's not a very good bike for me, at least. I would have definitely done a lot better on a dirt bike today in my opinion. I would have definitely had a better plan to make a box somewhere else and then do something different, and yeah, made a better plan. But either way, we got the bike. We can cruise around a little bit better. One thing I did want to do, but because we ran out of time, is I wanted to take some of the scrap that we were finding and make bolts and nails, and then collect more of the scrap. That way, we could have done better with our building because, like, we were chasing scrap a lot of the time. Scrap is king, man. You can never have too much scrap in your inventory. So that's something you really want to do. What am I trying to find here? Oh, this. Um, Inside here, we did make it almost to basic engineering, just building the bridge and this, which is that's cool. That's cool. If we get up to medium engineering, I'm pretty happy. That way, we don't have to use as many resources to build the base. I typically like to go over to the scrapyard and get a box of metal or a couple backpacks worth, and then some bolts and nails to one level up our engineering, which you can see in some of my older sandboxes. I like to level up the engineering with the scrapyard in the very beginning because you can go from basic to medium in no time, and then pick up some extra scrap and bolts and nails. That way we have that stuff for later. But this was definitely a slower progression on this one. We do got that key card we need to figure out what we're gonna do with on the next one as well. Luckily, when you log out, the key card time stops. So I'll probably be two or three, probably tomorrow when I record again for Christmas, and then we'll see what happens from there. But either way, it turned out good. We recovered our gear. We got a bike. We've situated our base. Got our Christmas tree down. I'm not sure if this base location is going to work out good. Never built on this island before, but it's part of the learning process of for me, and you can kind of learn with me. So, we can go through that. But either way, we're going to get some good resources from around here. We've got Goat Town and we got Goat Town here, and then we've got lots and lots of stuff over here, including a bunker. We've got abandoned bunker up here. We got the traders in between. We're in between two traders, so once we get good vehicles, we can bounce them back and forth from there. We could go get a seaplane and land the seaplane here. That would be a good shout to go to traders. Maybe we'll do that on the next one. Either way, we got a lot to do, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to sign out from here, guys. I really appreciate everybody watching the video. If you made it this far, I'm very grateful for all the support. Like, subscribe, shares, all the good stuff, man. You guys are awesome to me. I really hope you guys have a great rest of your week wherever you are. When I release this, we'll probably already be past Christmas. So I hope everybody had a good holiday and have a happy good new year and everything, and be safe, everybody. I really appreciate you. Have a good one, guys. I'm out.